What if you come to Germany and you break a rule, or you just make a German person angry? Hi you guys, I'm Shraddha and I've been living in Germany for 1.5 years, so I thought of making videos that can help you guys who are planning to move to Germany very soon. And since this is a period of quarantine, so I utilized it by making videos which can help you guys in knowing the German culture and knowing the life in Germany. So please consider subscribing to this channel and also share it with your friends who are planning their visit to Germany. Today's topic is things to know about Germans. Yeah, you got it right. Things to know about Germans, because Germans are really very complicated to understand. So let's get started. Things to know about Germans. Number 1. Always address people you don't know, like Germans, even in the supermarket sellers, by their surname. They have mentioned on their nameplate, which is like Frau Müller or Herr so and so. So they would always like to be addressed by their surname. I am working in a company and there everyone has asked me to address them by their first name. Even if they are so senior to me, I call them by their name. So if someone tells you how they are like to be addressed, follow that, and if not, then stick to the surname rule. Number 2. Germans are quite reserved. They are very reserved. They won't talk to you at first place. They won't talk to any strangers because that is the way they are. They are not used to talking to any stranger or any random person. If you really want to talk to a German, then you would have to take the initiative. You would have to start the conversation first to break the ice, and then you will find out that they are really taking interest and they are answering every questions, and they will be asking a lot of questions to you about your country. The most interesting questions that Germans want to know about India is: what is the population of India? How many languages do you have? Why you have so many languages? How do you communicate to each other when there is no common language? So these are the doubts that they have, and it is really interesting to know. So when you come, please be aware of the population of India. The area. Number 3. In German universities, you will find students acknowledging their teachers and professors at the end of the lecture by knocking at the table with their knuckles like this. And when I first experienced it, like I was having my class with other Germans, and at the end of the lecture they started banging their table. I was like, what is wrong? What's happening here? And then I realized it's a way to acknowledge your teacher or your professor for a really good lecture. And when you do it, they would really appreciate it and they would say thanks to you. So now you know it, and you can do at the end of the lecture of your professor or teacher, and I know that they would love it.
Now you know the reason why they're doing it.
And you won't be looking shocked like I was. Number 4. We all know how punctual Germans are, and it's not their fault. It's in their blood. I see my flatmates all the time. They have class at 3 at the afternoon. They would leave at 2:15 to reach the class, wait for the professor and settle down everything. It's their thing. I am also punctual, but my punctuality is like cut to cut. If lecture starts at 3, if it takes 10 minutes, I would leave at 2:45 and would reach at exactly at 3, and yeah, so that I don't have to wait. My punctuality is like that, but German's punctuality is before time. I also don't like when someone is coming really late. Don't be late, no excuse for this. They really get angry when someone arrives late in the meeting. It's actually kind of a disrespect, and I understand. I'm also a kind of a punctual person, but not like German. I'm learning it. But yeah, punctuality, I like punctuality. Number 5. Digitalization is not fully accepted here. Germans are very particular about their data privacy and data security, and that is the reason why they do not use their credit cards or debit cards for paying. They usually pay by cash. But here you might find restaurants that do not accept any cards. So it will be a good advice to always carry your cash with you, at least 20 to 50 euros, so that if you have to pay by cash, you can. Because in Germany, cash is king. Because in Germany, cash is king. Germans don't believe in small talk. Their small talk will last around 10 minutes. And if by chance you are the one who has asked them about their weekend, then they will explain it really nicely. What did they do? Where did they go? Their children were like this, then they took this, then they went on skating with their kids and it was fun. So they will explain you everything, not just like a small talk. Yeah, it was good. How was yours? It's not German thing. They will they will just explain you everything. If it was just a small talk from your side, you would end up looking surprised, because that's how they talk. I mean, if they talk really very much, and if they don't, then it won't even bother to start the conversation. So they don't believe in any formality, guys. Don't do it. And if you are asking questions, be ready to get a good answer. Number 7. As you know, I told you that Germans like to know more about you, and so the questions that I come across really often is, why did you choose to study in Germany? Why did you come to Germany? Who is financing you? What is the size of population in India? How big is India in terms of area? What is weather? What are the weather there is like? Or what is the size of your apartment? What is the rent of your apartment? These are the questions that they really get excited about and they want to know all about. So when you come here, just be prepared about the statistics and the numbers and the population of your city, for example, or your state, the season of your state. So just come prepared with the answers to these questions and you will be fine. Germans don't believe in luxury. They will buy things only when they really need it, when it is practical, when it is comfortable for them. By the way, I realized I'm counting like Germans. Always German count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Germans count like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a good thing to know, and you know it now.
They would have simple clothing, and basically they will go for practical stuff that are really comfortable. Like you will find many Germans wearing socks and then wearing sandals. I mean, socks and sandal. I find it really weird. Okay, so that brings me to number 9, which is Germans love rules. We know how much they love it, and they love to follow rules, and they want everyone to follow rules. If there is no rule, they get impatient. They have to have rules to follow. I mean, they are designed like that. If traffic light is green, then only they will cross it. Otherwise, they will wait, and they will cross only from the zebra crossing, not anywhere or everywhere they will be crossing. But yeah, there are some exceptions, and still we all have some exceptions. And you have to know their rules when you come to Germany, especially the traffic rules. Otherwise, they really get mad. That brings me to number 10. What if you come to Germany and you break a rule? Make a German person angry. Well, how do they react then? So what Germans actually do is, when they don't like, they start making faces. They make weird face, like
they start making faces, or they start rolling their eyes like this.
And you have to understand what you have done wrong, or maybe some of them may approach you and tell you that you're doing it wrong on your face. Maybe you will find it rude, but yeah, they do it. Once I was in a tram and I could not get my balance properly, and the tram started, and all of a sudden I was on a person, and that person didn't like it and got really angry and just made a face like and tapped on the floor and just left. The thing is, they don't say, sometimes they make expressions, and that's what they do when they are really not happy with what you're doing. That is the way they show their anger, and you have to observe these signs to know that you are doing something wrong, or you have made someone unhappy. So that was it. That were my favorite 10 things about Germans. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel for more future videos. Till then, bye. Then you would have to, then if you really want to talk to
the area of the area of your state.
really need it, or it is practice. Germans is, because that is